What's up guys, and today I am trying out our new stabilizer on the camera, so hopefully I am keeping myself in focus as I've never used this thing before and I'm still learning it, but I think it'll make videos much better for you guys. And today we are going to be working on Series Gray. Boy, that thing's going to take some getting used to, guys, but we have Gray's motor all tucked away, as you guys might have seen in the corner. When I pulled out the transmission for Hyper Blue to go race, it was easier at the time because I was by myself. Just go ahead, pull out the motor, pull out the tranny. As you guys saw me put it in here before, and how you guys saw me put it in there, I will go ahead and put the video over here for you if you want to see what I mean by that. But we do have the motor sitting there. We have this thing all the way back together. Now, some of you might wonder what was a part on it. I know some of you have been complaining about the audio, and it's just because I don't turn the mic around on clips when I go to me and looking away. But you wonder why we might have this thing apart. It's because we had Hyper Blue's brakes on it so we could fit our 16-inch slicks. So we had to put its brakes back on the car. We also had the DSS front and rear axles in the car as well. So I went ahead, put the stock axles back in the car. And I'm trying to get the dang key apart right now, one-handed. That is not working. There we go. So we had to put the stock axles in the car and put the drivetrain pretty much back together because we didn't have the transmission in it either. So in the meantime, I have went ahead and already done that, and I will show you guys. So we got all the axles back in the car. We have the original Series Gray 6-pot brakes on it, and that becomes factory on anything really 18 plus. These are just silver. But as you can see here, we still have a very empty engine bay. So we do got our transmission back in, everything's all hooked up, ready to go. So now it's literally just time to get this engine in the car. I was taking a little break from YouTube. We've been doing daily uploads, and for any of you guys that do YouTube know it's a ton of work. So took a couple days off, a couple days away from the camera, still was working in the background. It was a kind of nice little break, but we're back on track now. We're gonna get this thing together, guys. It's been apart pretty much since we sold the turbo off of the car because I had intentions of going bigger. But you know what? I'm gonna change the plans around again. And I know we do that very often, but the original reason why we built this thing was so the wife could race. And I think it had a little bit too much power for her starting out. She did great with it. It's not that she did bad, but it just had a little bit more power than what it was supposed to have. So I think we're gonna go back to our 450 to 500 horsepower build. And with that being said, the car will still have the ETS rotate kit on it, the ETS 5-inch intercooler. And you guys are gonna have to see in the video a little bit later what turbo we're gonna be running. So I'm gonna get this engine right here, ready to go. We did get a new clutch for this, and I did pull the Exetti triple out of here because there's no real reason for her to have a triple disc, especially not at that power level. So I will show you which clutch we'll be using. And that's right, guys. We'll be using the ACT Extreme Duty Street. This is rated for 550 foot-pounds. I have to double check. I think the regular Street is 515 and this is 550. But this will be more than enough clutch for what we're trying to do with it. The only thing is drag racing on a full disc clutch. If she rides it too much, we will probably have some issues. So I will be working with her on that, and sorry for doing a circle there. And you guys have seen the Evo in the background. A little update on the Evo, and hopefully this thing is adjusting to the light. We are waiting on the cylinder head right now back from getting welded. So I'm still waiting on that. The gasket we ordered is still hasn't shipped yet. It's supposed to ship Tuesday. So hopefully we should be on track for racing on the 18th like we want. So that's what it's doing right there. It's just literally sitting in the background, guys. We will be getting back onto the Evo as soon as I can. As you can see, I have not started on it without you guys. This thing is still all the way apart. So that is the update with this. I know some of you asked the update with Hyper Blue, and to be honest with you guys, it's at the end of the season right now. And because of a lot of drama and haters, we finally got, I don't know, not really banned, but we finally got to the point where we have to get some safety requirements in the car before going back to our track, because too many people were complaining about it, is the way to say it, and it drew too much attention to them. So unfortunately, we are not able to make any more passes in that thing at our local track till it gets some safety equipment which is not a bad idea anyways, but thanks to all the haters out there. Yeah, I know some of you do watch the videos, so oh well. Next year will be a lot of fun. Have a lot of plans for it, but there's no real reason to put it on, you know, the main plate right now. It's kind of on the back burner. So we'll come back to it. No worries, guys. For now, it's gonna be Series Gray's time, and pretty excited. We are just gonna be playing with pump gas on this car. I just did my modded fuel pump hanger, which is a single Walbro 450 and a stock hanger. So not enough fuel to do 85, unfortunately. Not to the power level that I would want or make it worthwhile, I guess. So this car will make 500 wheel Mustang on pump gas. You guys know and seen in the videos, if you've been watching them, that's a pretty hard number to hit on that Mustang. So it'll be pretty fast. Should be enough to go. It'll be a 10-second car no matter what, even on pump gas. So that'll be plenty for the wife to learn, and this will be her fun car to drive. She has a Jeep to daily drive, and then I promised her I would put this thing together so she could drive it and have a fun car to drive, because, you know, we already have other ones for myself to enjoy, so I don't need to enjoy all of them. So she can have something to enjoy. So I know I talked your guys' ear off. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start getting that clutch onto this engine here, and we will be getting this back in the car. Again, guys, this is the original engine out of Series Gray. Nothing's been done to it. It's literally just wrapped up, sitting here. There's no issues with it. Still has my tag on there, if this thing will focus. That was built on 2/21 of 20, so February this year. And we're gonna be putting this thing back in and give her hell. Let's do it. We got that clutch and flywheel on the motor. This thing is ready to go in. You guys know I like to leave it just a bare bones long block. Makes it easier to get in the car. And big thanks to the wife, we were able to get the car turned around into the driveway, so that way we can start getting this thing back together. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing jacked up, get it on jack stands, get the transmission up in the air, and we are ready to get that thing to go in.
Try to catch me with the feelings, but too bad I don't have much of those. All I'm about is my pesos, you better have that thing by the month. Love can't have so much conflict, even at 4:44 in the morning. Let my chair turn around, let it roll, cause I'm in control. Friday night, on 56, light a match, yeah we lit. Give her what she worked for, but I ain't promising no promises. She took me to the back room, gave me what I wanted, then she looked back. Ooh, let the games roll, then she looked down, I'm in control.
Ready to feel this clutch? Now that we got that fork all clicked in, we got our slave mounted up. Let's see your first impression of this ACT Extreme Duty Street. Should feel pretty much close to stock. I think she'll be very happy with the clutch pedal feel.
Better than a triple.
Yeah, much easier to push. Don't be talking down on my triples.
Terrible.
What? They are not terrible. She's lying, guys, I promise.
They're terrible unless you're racing.
No, they're not. They drive perfect.
They're terrible daily drivers.
She's a girl, don't listen to her.
Let's go.
there you have it. We obviously jumped quite a bit ahead, but we did go ahead and get this thing all together. It's been pretty crazy out here lately, as you guys have probably seen in the Northwest. We had a ton of wind yesterday, more than usual. I wouldn't ever been able to record in because you guys wouldn't have heard a word. So went ahead, finished up the car, got it 100% knocked out, but I didn't make you guys miss out on the first start. We were actually just about ready to do that. I already went ahead, primed the engine, since obviously it's been sitting for 2 months. So we went ahead and primed it, made sure everything looked good. There was no oil leaks, no fuel leaks. We already fixed that. We had one O-ring that did need to be replaced on one of the fittings, but everything's good to go. And if you take a look here, you will now see what turbo we will be running on this car. That is a GTX 3576, and as most of you have known, it's one of my favorite turbos. That is off of Josh's car, which if you guys look there, his car is actually back. You guys are gonna have to wait to see what's going on with his car, but this will be perfect for what she wants to do in power. More than perfect. She would have been fine with a 30R, but this is essentially a 30R with 35R power. So now we are finally at the time of doing first startup, and I think I'll have her go ahead and start it up for you guys. That way I can record and see how girl starts after 2 months. Make sure it's in neutral, so you know we don't kill the Evo, because I know she hates the Evo. Here we go, guys. 2 months of sitting, and let's see. Obviously I'm going to be looking over it too, so gotta make sure. Let this thing warm up so I can bleed out the coolant system, but everything sounds good. It's going to be burning off a lot of stuff, and you can see it's smoking away. I do need to go ahead and watch it, make sure everything looks good, and I will catch you guys up before we do a first drive on this thing. Well, things don't always go as planned. As you can tell, we have a nice wet driveway, and we had a decent sized oil leak coming out of the oil feed banjo. Looks like your boy here forgot to tighten it. And as you can tell, I'm in a different attire. Today is actually our 2-year anniversary for being married to the wife. So we're gonna be going out to dinner on a resort tonight. And after this incident, I just simply ran out of time. So unfortunately, we are not going to be able to do the first drive on Series Gray yet. We're going to have to save that for another video for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this and getting some content up for you. I do apologize. I know that we've been a little bit delayed lately after taking a little bit of a break from YouTube for a couple days, and with waiting on parts for some cars, fortunately, we have just not posted up any videos. So hopefully soon we'll be able to get that one up for you. Maybe I'll work on it tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But till then, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane.